The what? The core? Core. No, not the core.
Caldera?
It's called the caldera. That's right. Excellent. That's like extra Jeopardy points for you right there. The caldera of Olympus Mons is the part where the lava gushed out, and it is so large it could swallow the entire San Francisco Bay Area. And in fact, we can see the lava flows which have gushed out of this mountain, reshaping the surface of Mars. In fact, there are some places that we can point to where one clear geologic age, you can see these little rivulets going across Mars, was suddenly wiped out and a lava flow washed across them. So we can see where one geologic age was replaced by another. So volcanoes played an important role in the development of the surface of Mars. Now, here on Earth, we have places that are currently being reshaped by volcanic activity. Can anybody name a place here on Earth that is being reshaped by volcanoes today? Iowa? Islands, like which islands? Hawaii, that's right. The Hawaiian Islands are actually the result of a volcano that starts at the plate that has a little hole in it that's bubbling lava up to the surface. And the part that's poking above the ocean is the part that we get to vacation on. So whenever you see the Kilauea volcano gushing out lava going down to the ocean, that's brand new Earth that's being formed right now. Well, planetary scientists have also been to some other places that they find just as interesting, like this crater down here. This crater is called Gusev Crater. And Gusev has this interesting feature leading up to it, from the high elevation leading down to the low elevations. What does that look like? In the back row, what does that look like? You're like looking around. I used to sit in the back row too, and I always got called on. So what does that look like? It looks like a river. Excellent. Ooh, from the floor. Excellent. That's right. This is like an erosional channel, similar to the Grand Canyon, where water came together to flow across the surface of the planet to empty out into Gusev Crater, which, by the way, is about the size of the state of Connecticut. Now, this area was so interesting to our planetary scientists that in 2004, we landed a robot to explore Gusev Crater called the Spirit Mars Exploration Rover. And Spirit spent about the next 5 years rolling around inside Gusev Crater, taking pictures and soil samples and sending those results back to Earth to conclude that this region was shaped by flowing liquid water. In fact, it was a very briny, acidic water, but water nonetheless. North of Gusev Crater, we see another geologic feature, where the slope of a mountain has this weird cone-shaped pattern coming down the side. And we can see little gullies flowing down the side of the cone. Can anybody name that geologic feature, which is also present here on Earth?
A delta.
A delta? Not a delta. A waterfall! That would be very cool, but no, there is actually no water falling on Mars today. This is called an alluvial fan, which is also an awesome Scrabble word if you ever need to. You see, an alluvial fan is made when flowing water deposits material down the side of the mountain and spreads out. We can see erosional patterns like this forming here on planet Earth. Now we're going to continue around to another area where we can see another feature that was made by deposition activity here at the Gale Crater. Gale Crater is a crater that is in the fairly low elevations on Mars, and in the middle of it you can see this huge mound sticking up. That is also a deposition mound that was formed when flowing liquid water picked up some material on Mars and deposited it in another area. Now, last summer, we sent the Curiosity Mars Science Laboratory to touch down right at the base of this mound, and it's going to spend the next 2 years climbing up the sides. Now, the Curiosity rover has a special little drill that it's going to take along with it and sample little sections as it moves up the side of the mountain. And this is going to help us draw a timeline of the aqueous period on Mars. Because we know the earliest material was laid down at the base, and then newer stuff was laid down on top of that, and newer stuff was laid down on top of that. So Gale Crater is going to be our next stage in the exploration of the aqueous time on Mars. And we have already returned evidence to show that not only was this crater filled with water, it was filled with fresh water. And all of the elements for life to exist are present in the soil at Gale Crater. So now we're going to leave Mars, the terrestrial planets, and we're going to